Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to step up your clothing photography game. For this specific part, I cannot stress how important your camera settings are for this process. You need to have your settings as neutral as possible, and by neutral I mean have your white balance on white priority, meaning the whites will be captured regardless of the lighting scenario. I also recommend that you have your picture style or whatever setting that is on your camera as neutral as well, or on the Canon SL2 at least it's referred to as faithful, which is basically the most natural colors that the camera can capture. After that, I recommend having these three settings for your ISO, your aperture, as well as your shutter speed. Honestly, it really just depends on your lighting scenario and how you have everything set up. Once you get everything set up, it is time to now take pictures. So now you just want to take pictures how you normally would with your phone, except you want to make sure you capture all the details of what you're trying to capture. Another thing you might want to consider is that you need to keep everything in focus. Make sure that all the settings match up and all the pictures look as identical as possible to each other so that you will have an easier time editing it later. Okay, so once you finish taking all your pictures and everything, what you're going to want to do is bring everything into the computer and basically bring it all into Photoshop. Right here is select all of them and just drag them in. That's usually what I do. This comes up with this. Instead of having to bring your photos into Lightroom to edit it, since we're not really going to be doing much to it anyways, we're just going to be adjusting the color so that it closely matches the color of the product in real life. I'm not going to go too in depth into these settings, but what you basically need to know is highlights right here. So as you can see, our white paper from earlier, it becomes fully white, and this will help you a lot when you're trying to turn the entire background white. It'll make it easier for your software to detect the background so you can select. So I tend to turn up the highlights up and a little bit of the whites. Not so much of the white, because some garments, they have some white highlights to them, and that could really affect how the picture looks. Once you finish playing with the settings of everything, you adjust all the contrast, white, shadows, etc. You can select all of them and then click open images. Once they all loading like this, what you can do now is make a new layer. Okay, get your magic wand tool, which is right here, and you select the whites right there. Just in case, on this new layer right here is I select the white color. So I don't know why my audio cut out at this part, but basically I was explaining that you need to fill in the selected area with the white color so that if there's like any yellow on it, it could be completely white and filled with only just white coloring. What I do after this is I will click select and go inverse. So what this does is it basically selects everything else that was not the initial selection. So now basically do the same thing, except just color everything outside of the garment that you're trying to sell, and you just fill it up with white. So after this, you get a fully white background that's super clean like that. So once you're done, you can touch it up a little bit like this, clean up the edges a little bit, and there you go. Here's the final product. As you can see, it is pretty nice. The edges are really well defined. There's no splotches. This is a lot more harder to do if your garment has any whites on it or any cream color. I'm not gonna go too much into depth with that because I'm going to assume that most of you guys actually wear color in your wardrobes. So this is what I got, and basically what you want to do is just rinse and repeat the process for every single one, and then after that you can I'll show you how to export it. If you want to export all of them, so what you want to do is go to File right here, go to Scripts, Image Processor, and then copy everything here, and then click Run. There you go. And as you can see, all the pictures have been processed. Now if you go to the file with all your pictures, you'll find that it's all here. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's my tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next one.